to sew after I get the cat off, and Mom is going to talk. Okay, move.
You can always turn the sound down.
Yeah. Alright, I think I ought to change these. I'm telling you, I ought to change them. I just have that feeling I ought to change them. I think I'm going to go with all these. I'm changing my blocks. No, Mom, don't eat in here. I don't like that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, I'm going to make you think now. Alright, now I'm changing them to all.
In fact, I thought you was going to stay in there in your bedroom and I could sit
No,
there.
I'm going to sew and let you said you want to tell a story. There it is.
Okay.
And I'm going to get these ready to sew.
I drove on private property, and I think I told y'all about that another time. My great uncle had this old car, and the rules were that we all had to be in the car that was going to drive. You couldn't get out until an adult came out and stood there by the car and told you could all get out. But you stayed in the car otherwise, and we could drive on the private property. He laid it out like it was all roads. Well, I drove from time I was about 4.5 till I was 14. And then I also drove on the regular streets around Atlanta. But I didn't get a driver's license until I think I was about 36. But I did better than Mother did. Mother waited till she was 49 before she got her driver's license. And then I bought me a car because my husband was not. He always found a reason. It's not that he said you can't. He just always found some reason that he couldn't take me to get my driver's license. So I never did. I never actually drove legally. No, until then. But after the week that I bought the car, Mother and I decided to go visit Sandra. She lived in Holly Springs, North Carolina, near Raleigh. Well, that's the first driving I did was on the trip up there. And just as we started to leave, I started having car problems. Well, my son, William, he said, Mom, he said, I can't fix that in time for y'all to go on up there by the time you wanted to. But he said, I've got a car that I bought to take the motor and transmission out and put in another car. The car looks awful, but it's running good. There's nothing wrong with it except it just looks awful. You won't take it and go? I said, I don't care what it looks like. I'm driving. I want to go. So we took his car, and it did. It had been wrecked on all four corners. And the radiator didn't have a cover over it. You know, the part that looks pretty, you could see the radiator. And it looked funny. But we went anyway. And we went through Ellijay, Georgia. It was time for the apples to be ripe. And we bought about 4 boxes. And I think each box held about a bushel and a half.
Ellijay's by Dalton.
Yeah, Ellijay's near Dalton. I think we bought 4 boxes of apples. When we got up there, somebody said, ooh, an apple pie. So Mother downed and she made apple pie. Well, before she even realized it, Harley, the pie was gone. Well, she didn't see anybody eating it. And if she didn't see them eating it, she didn't know they had eaten it. Because nobody said, "Hey, Grandma, I'm eating the pie and it's good." I guess they felt like if it disappeared fast enough, she'd know they were good. Well, she down and she baked some more. I was peeling apples and she was cooking pies. And when she found out that all the pies had been eaten that fast, she said, "Well, I got to make some more. This isn't going to work." So I kept peeling apples and she kept cooking pies. Finally, we had 2 or 3 extra pies, 2 or 3 pies sitting on the counter that hadn't been eaten yet. Because her husband was at work and he hadn't had any pies. And she said, "He's got to have some pie when he comes in." And Jonathan, he was there. He was doing his share of eating.
He was a little kid.
Yeah, he was only about 12, wasn't he?
Yeah, about that.
About 12.
Maybe younger.
And he may have been younger than that. But anyway, we were having a time talking and visiting. And she took us up to this one shopping center. And she didn't tell me why we were going up there. She said, "There's some things up here I want you to see." Well, when she got out of the car, she picked up a newspaper and rolled it up in her hand, and she was going up through there, hitting her hand with that newspaper. And as she walked on closer to the center, on up closer into the shopping center, she said, "There he is."
I walked off and left him.
Yeah, she walked on off. Well, Mother and I are hurrying, trying to catch up with her. And when she gets up real close to this man sitting on a bench, she dropped that newspaper back and went whack, and it went boing, 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 boing. It wasn't a real man, it was a statue, a metal statue. And then we had fun making pictures with it. I had Mother stand behind him and put her arms around him and lean over and give him a kiss, and I took a picture of her like that. And I took the picture back to our church. And we are from Grant Park, which is very segregated.
Bullet, that's enough.
And I told the preacher, I said, "We didn't let anybody know we was going. We just decided to up and go because I got my driver's license and I got my car and we went." And I said, "You know what? I'll know how to be more careful where I take Mother anymore because she just won't behave herself." And I showed him that picture, the preacher, and he said, "Why, Pat," said, that's a colored man, isn't it?" I said, "Well, not quite. It's a rendition of a colored man. It's a metal statue." And then he started laughing, so everybody else had to come over and see. And everybody had something to say about Mother and that man. I said, "I tell you, I can't take her anywhere anymore. She just won't behave." I said, "Where's the pictures of you?" I said, "I was the one handling the camera. I had to be busy with the camera because I couldn't keep up with Mother otherwise." So finally they all got to understand. The preacher had already understood that it was a statue, it wasn't a real man. And finally everybody else became aware that it was a statue and not a man that Mother was pretending to kiss. So we had a real nice visit. I don't remember how long we stayed. We stayed over a week.
About 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. I was thinking we were there over a week. Well, when we got ready to leave and go back, there was something on the windshield that would not wash off. I went and bought a bunch of different things to put on the windshield to clean the windshield, but nothing would take whatever that was off. And you couldn't see through the windshield real good when it was raining. Well, it pretty well quit raining, and we got ready to go. But then as we got down on the expressway and we're going down towards Georgia, it rained harder, and it rained harder. And finally, everybody was pulling off the road, going up into gas stations and whatever to get away from the bad rain and parking places. And I said, Mother, I can't see where to get off at. We've got to keep going. She said, well, maybe it'll kind of stop raining and you can find a place to pull off. Well, we'd gone probably 50, 75 miles, and Mother started laughing. Mother and I had a lot of fun together, but she started laughing, and she said, Pat, honey, when you get where you can, look in your rearview mirror and look behind you. She said, now wait until you feel very safe to do it, but I want you to see what's behind you. And I did. And as far as I could see, which was a long way, there was one car right almost bumper to bumper behind me. And she said, nobody else can see to get off either, and they're following you. I said, oh my goodness, what if they were all at once realized that the reason that I'm still driving and not stopping is that I can't see well enough to get off the road? She said they'd all have a hissy fit, wouldn't they? I said, I wish there was some way I could holler out the window and tell them. I said, that would be something to see. So we kept on. But eventually it stopped raining. The sun came out and it was beautiful. We had a good trip on the rest of the way home. But it was so funny when I realized, as far as I could see, there was cars bumper to bumper following me. Only because I couldn't see how to get off the road. I knew how to get off the road, I just couldn't see clear enough in the rain. And I wonder if any of the people that was following me that day, I did write it into memories. Memory's not what it was called.
I don't remember, but I know it's that old book.
Yeah, it's a
Grandma loved it.
We all did.
It's old time. They used to have a picture on her Hattie's hat pin. Remember that?
Yeah, looking for the Hattie's hat pin.
Hattie's hat pin.
Yeah, you'd look for that hat pin
And
in there.
I'd look it up every time I'd find that book, and I'd hunt up her hat pin, and I'd show it to Grandma, and she'd want to send it in so that she could win whatever's on whatever the thing was at that time.
A subscription. They would extend your subscription so many books, or else give you a new subscription for that many books if you didn't have a subscription.
Yeah. Well, she enjoyed it. I would give them to her, show them to her every time, and I'd let her draw it on there.
And most of the time, she would wait until it was too late for that issue to be entered before she'd get around to walking out to the mailbox, which was just out the edge of her walkway, and putting it in the mailbox. And she'd say, "Oh, look at that! It's too late to mail it now." So we got where one of us would take it out, right on out to the mailbox as soon as she'd get it ready. And she'd still be late most of the time.
Yeah.
Let's face it, Mother was old. She was in her 70s by the time that was going on. Her late 70s.
That was before she tried to throw glasses at me and scissors at me.
Yeah, she got Alzheimer's, and she went completely wild on it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put her into an Alzheimer's clinic for them to make sure that was what was wrong with her, and she hadn't just completely lost lost it. 'Cause she was still driving now.
No, she wasn't.
She quit. I'd already taken over all the driving. Yeah, she stopped driving just before you came in.
Bullet, that's enough.
So I get my times mixed up too. Sandy thought I had Alzheimer's, because I tell you, sometimes I get so mixed up. I haven't gotten vicious.
Well, there's something wrong with you, because you shouldn't be able to. The things that you're doing, you should not be doing.
That's not within my range.
Look, you stay in the bed all the time. All the time.
I don't have the energy to do it.
What? No, Mom. I'm talking about. That's just you. That's what you've done all your life around me.
Anytime I'm not feeling
Bullet, that's enough.
I go to bed. Well, the doctors told Mother that when I was still a child. They said anytime this girl gets feeling bad, she's going to go to bed and she's going to sleep. And she'll sleep for days at a time. And most of the time she'll sleep through whatever's wrong with her and get up and be all right. But when she's sleeping a lot, you'll know she's sick. So, if I started sleeping a lot, she'd take me to the doctors and they'd see what's wrong with me if they could. Most of the time they couldn't.
I think Cinnamon's in there bothering Bullet, and he can't get in there in his room. And that's why he's
Is that
barking.
what it is, Bullet? Is Cinnamon in there taking over your room? Come here. Where you at, Cinnamon? Cinnamon. There you are. You followed me in here, didn't you, girl? Okay. Now you can come in your room, Bullet. You can go in your room. Go ahead. You're fine now. She followed me in here. I don't know where she was at.
Are you done?
Well, that's all of the apple pie.
Okay, you're not answering the question. Now, I didn't say anything about no apple pie. I said, are you done?
I said, well, that's all the apple pies and the...
It was a yes or no question.
I told about driving. Yes, I'm done, I think.
All right. Then, we can cut that off until I get done with this. Or just go ahead and leave it running. Because then it ain't going to be that much till I'm ready for my next step. Tell them another real short story. Well, I'll get these ready. I'll be done as soon as I get that right there ironed.
Okay, let me think. I told them about pulling the hair out off of Uncle Charlie, a big quarter's worth on his cheek.
Yep.
And it did not grow back for long till he died. And he was almost 80 when he passed away. And he was in his early 20s when I pulled all that hair. So that was a long time to have shared. He did not come back to Granny Mac's with even one beer drank.
All right. Now then, I can't reach
I've
it.
had lots of fun in my life.
Just, all you gotta do is just turn the whole base. Right here. No, Mom. Which way? I want you to go this way, right? No, 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 no. Come back this way. No, no, no. Go that right.
Go that way.
Slow down. Slow down. Now come this way. No, this way. This way. Slow. Mom.
Isn't that's the direction?
But you're sure you got it. Right here, stop. No, take your hands off of it. Quit, 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 stop. No more.
She talks rude to her mummy. He's
That's
so
okay.
sweet.
It's okay. Alright, here's Mom again. She wants to tell you some more stories, and I'm going to finish what I'm doing.
I know I've told you that my daddy was not a particularly nice man, and he was not a good daddy. I was about 18 months old, we moved in with one of Daddy's cousins and his family. And they were real nice people. They lived in a real old country house. You know, no paint, no banisters around the porches. There was 4 steps that went from the dirt yard up to the porch. And there was a scraggly rose bush on each side of the steps. And after they washed dishes, they take the dishwater out and pour it on the roses, trying to keep the roses alive. And I said, Granny Mac says don't put soapy water on your roses, it'll kill them. Well, the roses were there still, but they were not doing well. And there was a cornfield across the dirt road from us. And the woman and the man too. Now their children didn't go across the street. They just didn't do it. They played in the yard and on the porch. And you could go in either of the 2 front rooms, and if the windows was open, you could sit down on the window frame and just turn your feet around and stand up on the porch. It was just the right height off of the floor for me to sit in the window.
Now, you said you were 18 months old.
Mm-hmm.
That don't make no sense at all. Because you're 18 months old, Mom. That's a year
and a half.
Yeah.
Well, I kept telling Mother, I remember something when I was less than 2 years old.
Well, she's not here to verify it.
No, but she's the one that told me how old I was. I'm sure I told you about it while she's still alive.
I don't remember.
Well, there's nobody here to verify it.
Nope.
But I'm 78 years old, and I'm going to meet my maker soon.
Yeah, I know you are. But, look, the thing of it is that doesn't make no sense. An 18-month-old baby. And you're talking like you were, 9 or 10.
No,
you know?
Well, I'm talking like I am now, but I did not know how old I was when I remembered it. But I kept telling Mother about it, and she kept thinking and thinking, and one day she said, Pat, that memory you've got, you was 18 months old. I know where you're talking about. And she said, you were 18 months old, so that is less than 2 years old that you're remembering. So
anyway,
no, I can't call Mother back to verify it.
I wish you could.
Well, if I could without her having pain.
I don't want no witchcraft, but I mean I don't want no witchcraft. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying that would be nice to pull Grandma out and say, "Hey, Grandma, where are you living at now?"
Yeah. You know where she was expecting to go.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
And but I believe she went.
I mean, let's just say that
it would be nice to hear from somebody that's been there.
There's, like streets. I mean, we know there's streets of gold.
Yeah.
So if there's streets of gold, maybe there's streets of pearl. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's gates of pearl.
Wait a minute. I mean, you're not listening to me. Like a town. Like a city. No, Bullet, you don't need out. I didn't let you out a minute ago, and all you want to do is just go scratch your butt, and I'm not standing out there.
The city is built 4 square, so it is like a city.
Mom, I know all that. You're not understanding.
Yes.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
It would be nice to have somebody come from there and tell us how wonderful it is.
Yeah, that would be nice too.
And get
But-
to talk to him again.
No, you're not going out.
Well, if I keep barking out that way like somebody's out there, and probably no way, somebody will let me go out and look. Yeah, I know, you're gonna go in there for a few minutes, so we'll think it's something different.
Well, look how many I got left over.
You mean that's all of them you need to do it?
Well, no, not really. I wished I had enough. Would have made more so I could have all of these like that. But we're going to use those. And I'm going to put these over here for now. And then I'll come back to those. Because these are here should be 12. One. Go ahead and tell your story.
Okay. I kept telling Mother about this for years,
Oh no, 8.
and she'd say, "Honey, I know you're going into your memory about this," but she said, "I can't figure out where we were at." I said, "You and Daddy were there, but Daddy was never there." I said, he'd come and go, but he never brought groceries with him when he came back. He might bring some beer, but he never brought groceries with him. I said, they had to furnish the groceries we ate, like everywhere we went, as far as I can remember. But she said, that much of your memory I know is right. She said, I tried to take over all the housework I could, and even work in the gardens and everything to help pay our way. But your daddy never did. I said, I know. He just was not very good man. You didn't choose good.
Neither
I said,
was Ross.
I keep praying that I'll do better whenever I marry. I didn't do a whole lot better, but I did do some better. But let's see. Okay. The house wasn't painted, had never been painted.
I think you're done. I don't think you can remember anything else to talk about.
So, anyway, I'd go over across the street. I would walk down the first aisle of corn. And when I'd get where I could see the house, and I was straight across the street from the house, I would walk back one more row. And then I would walk down the row until I was satisfied that I was still within view of the house. And then I would go back a row. And I would do that until I couldn't see the house anymore. And then I know I'd have to walk to the end of the row and go out and go back across the street and go home. Because I didn't want to get lost in the cornfield. Because they weren't real straight rows, so I could go down the row and be further away from the house and be in the same row that I was in.
Oh, watch her.
She's checking everything out. She's checking out your iron. I wonder what she's going to do if she sticks her nose to the hot part.
I doubt it.
I think she can smell it before she gets to it. Hello, cat. Yeah, I know what you want.
Oh, she's going to lay down on my blocks.
Yeah, she's going to lay down on them, but I know what she wants. She'll do that until I go in there, and then she'll come in there.
Oh. I think I'm done.
She's going,
I hear.
You can hear.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether she was like that or not. She's grunting. Oh dear, now she's cleaning up her uniform.
Are you done now?
Yeah, I'm done. I quit. Well, let me get the last line in so as I can quit.
All right.
And one day I came back up on the porch, and they were all sitting out on the porch. Nobody been on the porch but Mother when I went over in the cornfield. And she said, Pat, I keep telling you that man's going to catch you and kill you if you don't quit going over in that cornfield. And I can't remember what I called her. I called her Aunt something, although she wasn't really an aunt. She was a cousin of Daddy's. And I said, you know what? Why do grown-ups want to lie to children? Children know when they're being lied to. She said, what do you mean?
There goes that pencil. Right there.
She said, what do you mean? He said, Sarah, this child's calling me a liar. She said, well, you are lying to her. She knows that if somebody had killed 2 or 3 children, the police would have come in here and cut the cornfield down and found him, and he'd have gone to jail and been executed or hung or whatever they do in this county. She knows they wouldn't be, police and people wouldn't allow somebody to be killing children just because they went into a cornfield. She said, you know you're lying to her. That's not the reason you're telling her not to go. And she knows the reason you're telling her not to go, because there might be snakes over there. She said, they not might be, they are snakes over there.
I think I'm out of luck.
So that's what it was all about. She was lying to me, and I was proving that she was lying. And if I didn't go over there and didn't get killed, then I couldn't say that she was lying. Of course, that would have been a bad way to come out ahead.
All right, I'm gonna have to quit. Mama Cat's done took over.
You want to pounce?
Nah, just leave her alone. I'm ready to quit anyway.
Okay.
This is how to donate to my PayPal. You come down here to Poor Man's Sewing, and you mash on Poor Man's Sewing. Then you go over here to About. You mash on About, and right here is to donate to Poor Man's Sewing. Thank you. I appreciate everything that is donated. It will go to the sewing shed that we are working on, or anything that you want me to put it on there, just leave a note on there and I will see what it says. And I really do appreciate you donating and watching my channel. A lot of hugs and kisses to you.